Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about Wise, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite apps to transfer money internationally. Wise actually used to be called Transferwise and is a unicorn from Estonia, but a while ago has been rebranded to Wise and is now actually being listed in the UK on the stock market. So they've been doing extremely well and in the beginning really focused on getting the best exchange rate and sending money internationally. And now they expanded so much over the years, added their own Wise card to the portfolio. A Wise account is totally free and you can hold over 50 currencies for free in your account, and quite a number of them actually give you free account details in that respective country. For the US, for example, I'm based in Europe, but I can have a US dedicated account, and that's amazing. With an US address, a US routing number, and actually US details. So somebody in the US can send me a local transfer to my US account, and that's incredible. With Revolut, for example, if you're based in Europe, you're still going to have the ability to receive dollars, but it's going to be based on your Euro account. So they would have to transfer internationally, incur fees, etc. So having that opportunity to have international accounts in respective country makes it much easier and more comfortable for other people to pay you. And that also makes the Wise account perfect for digital nomads who travel regularly around different countries and you don't want to always have to open a local bank account in every country you go. So here, with the click of a button, easily open up many different bank accounts. So I still love Revolut to pay on the go, but honestly, for sending large amounts of money plus receiving from other people, Wise is definitely a great opportunity for you to check out. They do of course have a web interface as well, but honestly so much of our lives is spent glued to the phone, so I want to show you the app interface, which is available for Android and iOS. Right, so it's very simple to download from the App Store or Google Store. Just put in Wise and get the app. And it will take a second to register, and once you're signed up, which is once again free of charge, it literally took me a couple of minutes to get registered, and you're going to be greeted by your dashboard. And here really you have everything at a glimpse of what you need to see. Starting of course with your account details and the various accounts you have. Now in the beginning you may just have your local currency account, which in my case was Euro, but you can easily add other accounts to it as well. As you can see here, 50 plus currencies. So let's actually add another currency account. So let's click on open. You can add a jar, which basically sets aside little amounts of money whenever you spend something, but we don't want to do this. I want to add a proper account. So we click on balance. And from here you can see the various accounts you can have. You can see here, for example, balances with account details. So basically any of those will come with a dedicated local account details. So people in that respective country can send you money as a local transfer, which makes it very attractive. And then you see here accounts without account details. So that will basically be your normal account details, but based in a different currency. So here you have obviously quite a number of them to choose from. So in this case, let's say I want to add the UAE dirham, which is a country I dearly love. Let's add dirhams and boom, immediately I have it to my account. So with this, obviously for now I could add money, and as I don't have any money in it right now, I can't really do anything else. So what I could do with my balance in euros, and don't be surprised right now, it's very little euros in there because actually I'm using Nexo most of the time for all my payments. So I'm using Transferwise just on occasions to send money, but I don't really have much money sitting here because I don't really get any interest or so on. So whenever I need money, I send it there, it takes a second, and then I do anything with it. So for the sake of the exercise, it's very little, but just for you to understand obviously what you can do with the app. So I could go into my Euro account, which is basically my native currency, and here you can see all the various transactions you had, and then obviously I could easily add money to the account. I can say I want to add 100 euros, what I will pay in euros. Yes, I will click continue, and then you can choose how you want to top up. You can top up with your Apple Pay or Google Pay in that case. You could use your debit card, credit card, PayPal, manual transfer, and that's obviously what I use because you can see there's 0 total fees on it. And that's really good because I don't want to be paying any top-up fees when I send my own money to my own account, right? So using any of those isn't the smartest thing. And I used Apple Pay before because even you see it's a fast transfer fee of 41 cents. I thought, okay, I'm going to use my Nexo and maybe get cashback rewards on my transfer, but that actually doesn't work. And I believe the transaction was declined. So you would need to use a normal debit or credit card without really any benefits. So technically you're going to be worse off because you're going to be paying that fee. So I really used a low cost transfer. I used my Revolut to transfer, and literally it took me, I think, 30 seconds from my Revolut to Wise. It was there within seconds, and yeah, without any charges to it. All right, but obviously I don't want to transfer any money right now, so I exit out of it. And then what else I can do? I can obviously convert money, and here you can put any amount you have in your balance. Let's say I took my entire amount and I want to convert it, let's say, to the British pound. So I will select that, and I can see basically what I'm going to be getting. And I really like that they're very transparent. I can see exactly the conversion fee, and that's all they take. Otherwise, you're going to get really one of the best exchange rates out there. So you can even see when you click on rate here, what is the rate and how it's been developing over time. Right now, I get a little bit less than a couple of days ago, but overall, this is what you get. And if you go on Google, honestly, most of the times, that's exactly the same rate that Google shows you. That's the mid-market exchange rate. With Revolut sometimes, especially on the weekends, they charge you a little bit margin on top. So sometimes on the weekends especially, Transferwise is definitely the better option. During the week, it can fluctuate, but more or less, they're very similar. But of course, I really like that you see the conversion fee, which is really, really low, and it's very clearly outlined. So what you pay is what you get. And then all I would have to do is click continue, and it will take a second. It shows me once again what I will be getting, the exchange rate, convert now, and you will see a second, boom, done. And now I will basically have no more euros, but instead I have 5.73 pounds. So I can quickly go back and do the same exercise to convert back to euro. So we'll see there's hardly any loss there. 1 second. Yes, good to go and done. And now I have my euros back. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same amount, just minus the 6 cents, which was the exchange fee. Right, other than that, I can send also, of course, my euros. So I could add it by name, by email or phone number. I could add a new recipient. You just click on here and then you select, to send it to myself, somebody else, a business organization, let's say to somebody else. And then you just select if it's inside or outside of euro. You can select, all the account details, and you would do a normal transfer like you would always do, and it will clearly show you the fees it costs to transfer the money abroad. Within Europe, usually it's free, but internationally, of course, there will be a fee attached to it, and then it will clearly show you. And usually, once again, it's one of the best fees you can get. So let's say I want to transfer money to myself, to my account in Dubai. I would select it. So let's say I wanted to send 1,000 euros. You can see now the fee is 7 euros. So as you can see, the higher the total amount, the lesser the fee in terms of percentage. So I would be transferring 992 because that's the same amount minus the fee. And that's the current exchange rate. I can see once again what it is. All right. And then I can also see when it arrives by Thursday, so which is tomorrow, which is great. And then I can click on price comparison. And here it's very interesting. You can see how much you'll be getting with Wise versus some of the other banks out there. So with Wise, I'll be getting in my bank account in Dubai 3,544. Now with N26, which is another competitor to Revolut, Wise, etc., I would pretty much get exactly the same, and bank as well. But then you look at some of the other more established and bigger banks like ABN AMRO, where I get basically 48 dirhams less, which is around 15 euros less. CaixaBank, which is a Spanish bank, I'll be getting 153 dirhams less, which is almost 30 euros. So you can see already what difference it makes using different providers. So if I wanted to go ahead, I click continue and the money would be wired. Then of course I can also receive money. So I click on receive, and then you can share your account details or request payment. So I can see my account details here, which will pull it up. And this I can basically share with a click of a button to whoever wants to pay me, and then they can easily pay me. So you have account details for people within EU, and then of course also for people outside EU. So depending on where the person sits who wants to pay you, you can send different account details. Then you can also click on these 3 dots over here, and you can have account statement if you wanted to get a proof of account details, which quite often people ask you for, and it pulls up a letter which is already pre-populated, confirming that Wise actually has the account in your name and everything is legal. So that's very good as well. Then you can click on this little graph over here, and that gives you an insight into the analytics. Obviously, as I said, I don't use Wise very regularly, so it's once off whenever I do make transfers. But you can see here, the more you use it, if you use it with your card, you get all the analytics as well, which automatically also classifies your expenses. So either as a transfer, as eating out. So it's really nice and has very good analytics. You can further customize it to see it only for Euro balance, or in case you spend in various different currencies, you can have it for all currencies and accounts you have. So really quite customizable, and I really like the look and feel of it. Right, and from here you can basically swipe to all your various different accounts and see if you have any balance in there. And other than that, you have obviously all your transactions here, and you can have the account details where you can receive income to my Euro account, my British account, US dollars account. So I can show you how it looks, my US dollar account, where I have basically a local address in the United States, in New York, with an account number, a routing number, so somebody within the US can easily send me money there, which is really, really cool. And then here you can just see from your latest transfer if it's a good time to send the money or wait for a few more days to see kind of how the exchange rate is doing. You have your notifications up here, and then from here we can move over to the card. And the card is also really nice, which basically allows you to spend your money you have in your account in whatever currency you choose. So it's a physical card and it's a digital card. So I've now ordered my physical card, which should arrive fairly soon, but you can also add a digital card, and both of them are compatible with Apple Pay or Google Pay. So it's very easy to add it to your wallet, and yeah, like you would use any other debit or credit card, Revolut card, what have you, and you just use it. You can add it to your Curve card as well, so it's really, really nice. And yeah, basically really good in case you want to use your card abroad and have some money in your account that you want to be using. That's a great tool. Of course, I use it less because again, it doesn't give me the cashback rewards that some of my other cards, such as Nexo, gives me. So basically, I could just have a better exchange rate. So when I travel, it might be a better option, especially when Revolut, which I usually use when I travel, on the weekend has a surcharge. I might actually use Transferwise on the weekend, especially when I'm in non-euro based countries. You can also click on travel info over here and then basically select any country you would like to visit. Let's say the United Kingdom. You would select, and you can see here, spend like a local. It shows you the conversion fee, which is fairly reasonable. Always choose to pay in British pounds to get the best exchange rate through Wise. And then, a few other things. Then there's the send money button, which you can click. And from here, basically, you make any transfers you want to do internationally or locally. Locally, obviously, arrives much faster, or internationally, which you can click. And you see, once again, the fees, the exchange, what the person gets. So it's very clear, very transparent, and I really like it. And then you see here, the fee is a bit higher because by default, it selects fast transfer. So you can change this on the drop down here, and you can see if you have low transfer, the cost goes down. Now again, it's a very small amount. If I change it now once again to a bigger amount, let's say you want to send 10,000, you will see the fee is quite high for fast transfer, but if I click the drop down, I can have a low transfer at almost half the cost, which will be 59. So you see quite a difference. It will take a few days longer, but it will save you quite a bit of money, especially if you send regular money abroad. But I don't want to send anything right now. Then you have recipients. So once again, this is basically any bank account that you saved in the past, any transfers you made in the past, you will have them automatically saved here, and you can make recurring transfers, and it's really easy to pick it up from here. And lastly, you have the Manage tab, which basically has all your profile data and information on there. From here, you can also add your business account. So you click the drop down on the personal account, and you can click on opening a business account. So that is amazing if you have an international business or receive money from all parts of the world. That's a great option, and I'm probably going to make a separate video on this because I think it's really, really useful and powerful, especially compared to PayPal, which takes way higher fees. I think Wise for Business is really a powerful tool for people selling, e-commerce internationally, etc. So that's a great tool, and I'm going to have a separate video on this soon. You can click on the three dots over here to go into your settings, and here you have the usual settings you would expect from any kind of finance app. To use your Face ID, always use it. Auto log, of course, you can change your email address and password. Always make sure your two-factor authentication is on for sure. You can change your notification preferences, appearance, and yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. And here you have any account details for any of the accounts you have, and you can share with any of your clients or people who want to pay you. Then there's scheduled transfers. In case you have regular transfers coming up, you could schedule them over here, and you can request payments, which is also really nice. And you could basically create and set the amount. Let's say you want to request 100 euros. You could add a note, say okay, and from here you could basically share it directly to a WhatsApp or email, and they would get a specific payment link with the amount, and they can easily pay you via PayPal or bank transfer, which is really, really nice. Then there's also direct debits. In case you want to get your salary into your accounts, you can set it up over here. Any statements and reports you want to pull is under here. In case you need it for your accountant or tax season, that's really good as well. Auto conversions, in case you want to do any of that, to buy whenever there's a good interest rate, you can set this up, and whenever the exchange rate hits a certain level, you can automatically convert some of your money into another currency. And lastly, you have the account limits, where you can basically see for all those different points, what are your account limits. So for example, online payment, you can see I have a limit of 10,000 euros per day and a monthly limit of 30,000, which I guess won't be too limiting anytime soon.
Especially looking at my crypto portfolio recently.
So there you have it, guys. A really powerful app and tool that I can really strongly recommend, especially if you travel a lot internationally or receive a lot of money in different currencies. I think Wise is one of the best options for you. It's free of charge, which is amazing. They're very transparent with all their fees, and you're sure to get one of the best exchange rates every time you receive or send money. If you want to sign up to Wise, then please use the link in the description below. And for the first 500 euros you're going to be converting, you're not going to be charged any fees on it. If you have any comments or questions, pop them in the comments below. I get back to every single one of you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Really means the world to me. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.